Brilyn Hollyhand is co-chair of the RNC's Youth Advisory Council and is joined by Caroline Joyous. So we're great, we're happy to have you both, obviously, and you're both going to be casting your first ever presidential ballot this fall. So I think that's so cool. Brilyn, I love the fact that you started your own conservative news service called the Truth Gazette many, many years ago when you were 11, and now you're 18. And you're ready to vote for Donald Trump. So tell me why.
Absolutely. Yes, sir. You see, Joe Biden's killing my generation's hope of achieving the American dream. When I get to travel the country with the Youth Advisory Council and talk to youth voters who aren't necessarily set on voting for Trump, at the beginning of our conversation, I pose one simple question to them. And it's the same question we should be posing to every single independent voter leading up to this November. Were you better off under a Trump presidency? And I haven't found a single youth voter who is going to respond no to that question. You see, my generation wants peace through shrink back. My generation wants a thriving economy and lower inflation back. And my generation wants to be able to achieve the American dream. And like you said, if all of that comes at the cost of some mean tweets, that's a price we're willing to pay.
You're going to have to Google Alex P. Keaton and Doogie Howser, but just do it anyway. So on the screen before was a picture of you and Donald Trump. How cool was that meeting him?
So cool. You know, I got to meet with him backstage last August, and I got to share with him that I'll be turning 18 this summer, just in time to cast my very first vote for him in the most important election in American history this November. You mentioned the Youth Advisory Council. We founded that last January, and when we founded it, I told our team we had one simple goal, and it was to win the youth vote in 2024. We all know that's an ambitious goal, but we're actually on track to make history, because a recent USA Today poll says that Donald Trump now leads youth voters with 37% to Joe Biden's 33%. So that's huge. And we still have 248 days until Election Day to make more progress and win over more voters for President Trump.
So, Caroline, you're another young conservative commentator, a part of Turning Point USA. And I love the quote, "Giving Gen Z a voice" is your website slogan. So how do you convince people your age to give Republicans a chance, especially when young women are trending more left these days? Young men are actually trending right, but women are going more progressive.
You know, Mr. Rob, I've actually heard about what you just talked about. I saw the study that came out that said that more young men were leaning conservative versus young women. And that was really disheartening to me personally, because honestly, I'm a conservative. I'm voting for Trump because I love God, I love my family, and I love America. And honestly, as I look around at the media and I see how we're trying to reach our generation, I see that we're trying more so to scare them away from the left than we are to lure them to the right. We need to start promoting what good we stand for versus just, talking about what the left is doing. No, like the right is doing incredible things. We believe we're pro-God, we're pro-family, we're pro-country, and that's what we need to be advocating for, I believe, to reach our generation.
How cool was it to meet Donald Trump?
I gotta say, it was absolutely awesome. I mean, I know this is going to sound a little crazy. Most people are really surprised when I say this, but he was honestly so humble. He spoke with me for like 5 minutes. I told him about how I had been praying for him, how me and my family had supported him for years and been praying over him. And he was just so sincerely grateful. And honestly, they say don't meet your heroes. But I got to say, I'm so, so grateful that God opened the doors for me to meet President Trump.
All right, a question to you both. You get 30 seconds each. If Donald Trump called you and asked what he should do, besides dance on TikTok or something, to reach young voters, what would you say to him? Brilyn, you go first.
I'll go first. He's got to go to a college campus. He's got to speak directly to us. We brought one of the RNC debates to a college campus. It worked really well. When I met with him backstage, he asked me this question, and I told him he needs to get back on Instagram. He listened to me. A few weeks later, he got back on Instagram, and his numbers are through the roof. So it worked out for him.
Caroline?
Absolutely. I totally agree with Brilyn. He needs to be where my generation is, and that is on social media. So, we saw what Vivek Ramaswamy did, which was get on social media, really, really engage with our generation. Although he's not obviously my pick for president, I think that if President Trump took notes and did the same thing, man, we would have so much success with Gen Z.
And how many more memes would we get? It would be great. Caroline Joyous, I appreciate it. Brilyn Hollyhand, you're both great spokespersons for the younger group. So stay with it.
Have a good weekend, Rob. Thanks for having us.